want for Christmas is... Oh, shame. I already thought you was going to come.
No.
We won't. No, we wouldn't.
No. Welcome. Good to see y'all. Welcome. I feel like we haven't done an intro in a while. Welcome to us.
Yes. Hi. I was trying to do a different kind of intro with singing, but whatever in it. We'll just scratch that. But yeah, hi everyone. We'll be on the line.
Yay! Great. I still don't know what to do with them. I feel like they're really heavy at the moment.
I love your face. They're lovely.
Yes, I'm enjoying them, but they're I haven't, sometimes
they look too close to the mic.
Yeah, gotta figure out how to set them up for myself. But anyway, thank you. But good everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. How are you?
Excuse the yawn. I'm so tired.
You're still in studio. Don't worry, you're fine. Keeping it real. Getting ready for the holidays.
Yes.
Have you put up the tree yet?
I'm gonna put up the tree today because my hubby are in London while I'm in Coventry. Surprise Josiah.
I'm so tired because I have your child and my child, which is why I look like this.
I get a weekend to myself.
Yeah.
I'm watching K-dramas. I've nearly finished Nine Tail Fox. So.
Just to say, your lighting, it looks like a vintage Nike ad. It looks very nice.
Oh, me? Oh,
yeah.
Thank you. It's really bad actually today. It's super dark. Like it's been raining all weekend. So it's Thanksgiving weekend still. So this whole week, kids are off school. So there's kind of like Thanksgiving holiday gets extended because it's a whole week off. So you have like the Black Friday and then you have the Saturday and then you have the Sunday. So before we kind of head back, so I don't know when this is going out. So we're recording, I guess, a day or so in advance. But whenever this goes out, it's still just very gray. This season of grayness is what it's not winter, but it's definitely not summer. So
it gets dark at like 4 o'clock, like 4 or 5 o'clock. It gets
yeah. So yeah, it totally is. But thank you. But we are getting ready for the holidays. So once Thanksgiving is past, I officially don't like to do anything Christmas related until Thanksgiving has gone past. I see people with decorations up from like 2 weeks ago. I've seen people with Christmas lights. Like people get. In my neighborhood.
I spoke to some neighbors and they were like, you know what, this year's been a bit rubbish. They just wanted to start early with something.
You know what? Honestly, I saw that. And honestly, after the election results, I noticed that people put up some decorations really early. Like, as I say, I'm not making the connection, but there was definitely a very, very distinctive as soon as the election results. And we saw a lot of people putting up decorations. So yeah, and I think the same thing. I think people are like, look, we can't do some of the things that we would typically do. So we're gonna get our tree on. And you know, one of these days I'm gonna have to take you and I'll post maybe on Instagram just kind of a walkthrough of my neighborhood, and you can kind of see how.
Yeah, Americans do Christmas with crack. You guys
see that?
Yeah. And so my neighborhood is pretty. You can definitely get some serious home envy as far as what people do for Christmas. Like, and it's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather spend the money in the house rather than outside the house. But people put lights up, and like Ruki said, this is not no Christmas tree lights. You're talking like full on. I'm talking like 5,000 square feet home, 7,000. 7,500 square feet home. So people have got. I don't know if that's the right number. I feel like I don't know if I said that correctly. I feel like I'm off on those numbers. But big homes. I'm talking, like Texas-sized homes, right? So when people do lights, when people do Christmas decorations, they're pretty spectacular. And we get those neighborhoods where people they're almost famous, and so you get tours around these neighborhoods because they just go in deep and they have lights, and they usually raise money for charity and stuff.
Yeah,
so
we've got that.
I'll make sure I video because I think for our British counterparts, it's probably quite a novelty. For those in America, you're like, yeah, that's how we roll in some parts of the States. So yes, but talking about Christmas traditions, what are yours? Like, I feel like growing up, we had a few, right? And I'm just wondering how many of those do you guys still do? I feel like there's some that we definitely still do, but do you have any different ones that you're now doing with, especially now Annie and Josiah are getting a bit older? Like, what do you think? Because one, we started, I don't know how we started it, but it's just become our thing, which is the matching pajamas. Not completely original, I know, but it's become our thing, right?
Yeah, it's become our thing. That's been quite nice. So what was great with my, because my husband, his family had a Muslim, and they haven't really celebrated Christmas before. So with Toyin, sometimes it would either be another day, or him and his mum, who are both Christians, they would maybe go to an aunt's house, or that type of thing. But they never had anything like that, and he didn't really celebrate it. And then it's like, and even now he won't admit it, but even now he's excited by Christmas. And so we were like thinking, especially when we had Josiah, we're like, let's do some traditions. So we definitely jumped on the PJ thing and stuff like that. And so we just,
when we say PJ, we're not talking about put on your PJs on the 24th. We go out in the streets in our pajamas.
House party.
Right. Like, so
I never understood people dress up for Christmas Day. I'm like, nah, man, I need room to eat. That's long.
Nah, I like dressing up for Christmas Day, but the fact that we wear PJs, like we'll wear them hard. Like that year, you guys came to me. We went out to a friend.
The stripy one.
All head to toe, every single one of us. I'm talking from the baby, mom, and we had like Santa hat. And I think the funny thing is, we all styled it differently. Like your husband had a leather jacket on with his, and some like Converse. I think I had on some heels or something. You had on some trainers. Like we had hats. So we styled our outfits, and we bumped into like a grocery store. And you have to post a picture. I have to post a picture. But so we go in. We go in, and so we booked out like geez. So that was fun. Now we do that. The kids are like, "Where are our pajamas? Where are our pajamas?" So every year.
Are you going to do it this year?
Oh yeah. I think again, especially because there's not as much things that we can do outside the home. I feel like we are, just going to make a point of doing stuff like that. It's simple, it's easy.
Yeah.
So I think that's a thing. That's definitely a thing. Another tradition.
No, so one thing I've done, like at Maureen's, we'd open a few things in the morning, but we'd have to wait after dinner. So that's what I do. Yeah.
Oh wait, that's a good question, T. That's a good question. Presents. What time do you do presents? Because I have a constant fight kind of with my not my in-laws, my in-laws, because we're one family, but with Kev's family, like I'm really strict on when you should open gifts. So before I say when do you open your gifts?
Yeah, so Josiah, I mean, he's always been super young, right? He's 3 now, he'll be 4 in Feb. Yeah. So we'll obviously spend Christmas with other people. So I prefer that he opens a few little ones in the morning, because obviously the kid is he's seen the presents under the tree. We can't do that to him. Long out the day a bit, have the dinner, and then you can open like all the rest. I prefer to do that.
Okay, so your after dinner gifts. All right, one. What's your rules?
After dinner.
So the thing is, I'm like, duh, of course, all the. But you know what it is? So no, because obviously we've always like year after year, we've always done gifts after dinner. That's the thing you do. You have the whole day. You remember in the morning, you maybe get like you said, the stocking or like something small, just to kind of whet your appetite with the gifts. But the whole day is consumed with like food, cooking, movies, dinner. And then it's like, right, dinner time's finished. Even before, and when I say dinner before, then because you're full up, then you do gifts and dessert comes later. But anyway, so after dinner you're opening gifts. Whereas in Kevin's house, they wake up in the morning and open all the presents.
That's very common, though. That's very common.
And I was like, the Christmas is finished then. It's just finished. So at 9:30, Christmas is over. That's how I'm seeing it. I'm like, everyone's like, but Christmas is not about gifts. I'm like, but when you've got
gifts, it is. And you need to long it out. You need to
I'm saying make the day a whole day. So now you've opened up your gifts and everyone's playing with your gifts. So then I'm just in the kitchen cooking by my damn self. No. So we
like the teenagers. I'm still doing the same thing. Otherwise, they're going to be on their game consoles, girls upstairs. So
for the 8 years we've been married, and for the 4 Christmases we've done, because we do Christmas with obviously in US with one year and then vice versa. So the years we're at home, like in the UK, I've been such a like, guys, we're opening presents after dinner, and they always think I'm a bit of a Scrooge for it, but I'm like, it's just how we do things. But so that's definitely a tradition that in my household we maintain. It's like
no gifts until after dinner. I'm a fan. I think for me, we just grew up like that, and I don't. I think you just wait, and I just think, like you said, like where's the rush? Where's the rush? We've got the whole day.
It's complete sense.
I mean, not mean. Obviously, open a little few ones in the morning, of course. Yeah.
Oh, no,
Of them.
He's militant. He's like, no, nothing.
Oh, really? Oh, see, no, I'll do like a little couple. Yeah.
No, my thing in the morning is like, get your stocking and get out your orange or your chocolate.
See, stockings are a thing for you guys? Right. You guys do stockings?
They are now, yeah. They are now. I never used to do them.
Okay. Yeah, we haven't done stockings. I've not done stockings. I never introduced that. I just think it's just I just never did it. So maybe it's not like a thing, but it's definitely not something I've done consistently.
One thing
I do though is, and it's something I do for their birthdays and actually most events, is that I don't have this thing where they help me with the tree. What my kids really like, and I think it's just become a thing, and it's because I'm a bit of a control freak in this respect, but they'll go to school and they come home and and it's Christmas. Like somebody's turned on the lights and it's like just Christmas.
Yeah.
They don't want to be the ones to help. They don't help me decorate or anything. They go to school and the house looks one way, and they come home and there's a tree, the decorations are up, and just that moment of just like magic.
No, that's what I'm going to do as well. But the only thing I'm going to add now, because I've been watching too many of those Hallmark movies, I found that you can make like ornaments. You can make them and paint them. So I've got a kit.
They usually do that at school. They usually do that at school.
So I want to have some cute. I mean, I know they'll be busted and awful, but I want to have.
You're a good mom. You're a good mom. You know me. I like to decorate, right? You know me.
I will decorate myself because I'm anal like you. No. The tree is.
I was about to say.
I'm sorry. So I have a color scheme for a tree. So I'll do like the pumpkin. You know, I've got some, and then my kid would be like, "Mom, I made this at school." I'm like,
No, can I say how you get away with this? I've got a way around it.
Like match, and then I'm so like, "Mommy, put it on the tree." I'm like,
No. This is what I'm saying. This is the way around it. And I found this out, and it worked with any. It may not work if your kid is a bit older, but it worked with any. So we have our main tree, and again, similar vein of the control freakiness of in terms of like it needs to look a certain way. And where any will come with the tinsel, and I'm like, tinsel? No. Stop it. So Annie has her own tree. She has a mini tree that's like a little one, a mini tree that goes in her bedroom. And
I like that.
It's the first thing she picked, so it's a pink tree. She wanted a pink tree. It's a pink tree.
I love that.
So now, any ornaments, anything she makes goes on any special tree. And we have a story about it in terms of, you know, Santa puts any special presents under her own tree. So the tree.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah, so
ornaments I mean, all their beautiful ornaments they can make.
And what's so good about it is that because in a way, even within that, there's still a nature of kind of control freakiness in it, because Enya's room is basically pinks and like blacks and whites and stuff like that. So the tree already goes with it, so it doesn't trigger me. So I'm like, just go crazy.
Are we bad? Are we bad mothers that we're not like our kids?
No, we're not. There's nothing wrong with aesthetics, okay?
Just checking.
Yeah. Because when they grow up and they'll be looking at pictures, they're going to be like, I'll be like, yeah, we did this. Yeah.
And one thing I don't do is take my son to see Father Christmas, only because he's still too young. But if Father Christmas freaks him out, he actually doesn't like it.
I think it's too. Yeah. Grown adults in costume freaked out my kids for the longest time.
You know why? Because I can't see the eyes.
In Santa?
Yeah, because usually they're cheap.
They're quite big and they're big beards.
Too much, man. And there is a little, I mean, I know I'm going a bit over the top now, but that whole child sitting on a big old man's lap, I mean, I'm done with that.
They don't have to do that anymore.
They don't have to do that. They have to stand now.
But also, do you know what it is? Do you know what's something I've done actually? And I've done this from the beginning since Annie was little. So this whole is Santa real or not? So what I have, obviously, so most of Santas are white Santas, right? And so Annie's just like, and so Kevin's just like, don't know how I feel about this, and me too. And so actually how Annie understands Santa is that she understands that there's lots of Santas.
Yeah.
Right? So she knows that Santas are to be a Santa is to be part of the crew.
Yeah.
There's brown Santas, black Santas, white Santas.
Yeah.
There's women Santas, there's male Santas, there's all types of Santas.
You are taking it there.
And the reason I explain that is because so when she was little and her childminder, my childminder's husband used to be Santa, the white guy, and she'd never been afraid of any of it. But then when we went, where did we go? And I think Kevin had a beard thing, and she was just like, you're not Santa. And he was just like, so she can already start to see the difference. And so we quickly changed that into a thing. So now she understands. She's just like, so she understands the fact that if we go to different places and she sees different Santas, she's not like, wait, she's just like, oh, okay. And then also she's like, of course it makes sense. She's like, because how would one Santa get to all the houses in the world? So because not that she lacks imagination, that sounds horrible, but she's quite literal. So if you say to her that one Santa's, she'll be like, mummy, she was like, but that's one person. How is he going to get around to every house in the world? So for her, it makes more sense that there's lots of Santas. They live in the North Pole and they have that all stuff goes with it. But yeah, that's the way we've got around. So we have a very diverse offering of Santas.
Yeah, well, do your kids, I know they're a bit older, so I don't know how old it stops believing. I'm not sure. I can't gauge it. So do your kids?
I feel like it's one of those things that their school friends will tell them, or they'll watch something on TV that will tell them, you know.
They're what, 7 and 9 now?
Yeah, so 7 and 9. And so I feel like there's this, even like the tooth fairy, right? They're like, I know it's just you, but then God forbid if I forget to put $1 under his, like he's in hysterics because he thinks the tooth fairy forgot him. And there's this whole song and dance about, I think maybe because you're sleeping weird, the tooth fairy couldn't get there. So there's this weird back and forth between, I know it's you, but God forbid if the fairy doesn't come, then you know, all hell breaks loose. So I think the magic of it is there, but there's also this, I know it's just you.
Yeah.
There is a Santa. There is it's just really your mum and dad, I know. It's on that cusp. Yeah. Of, like, there's still
still leave out a carrot and a mince pie just because we know you're going to eat it.
Just because. So you know, I just kind of let them with it. I play up to it, you know. I wrap presents under the tree. You know, they see presents. They see from Nana Mooring, from Auntie Buki. They don't see a present from Santa per se. So I think for most part,
the thing as well. So this is where Kevin was just like the whole, I buy the presents. So basically, Santa's a glorified postman.
I think so. Yeah. But I think they like the season of.
Yeah, and also the thing is, I'm big on an imagination. Just Josiah has got a beautifully glorious imagination. I love it. Absolutely amazing. So sometimes he talks about Santa, and sometimes he doesn't. But he just doesn't like it though. Like he doesn't want to talk to him. He doesn't want to go.
Hey, back away, Santa. Back away. You stay where you are.
You're my daddy.
Yeah, he's not. He's actually really good. Like he's actually quite friendly. When we take him to like preschool and stuff, and you know, he'll wave at people and he'll talk to random people sometimes. They'll be like, oh, hello, good morning to you. You know, he's really cute. But if they look funky,
he's like, why are you wearing a red suit? Like, I ain't never seen no one in a red suit.
Oh my God. I love Josiah. He's so complicated. And he's got
a little Coventry accent now, so it's hilarious.
Mates. Like, so we were going cabin fever the other day. We were so stir crazy in the house. Oh my gosh. So we were like, let's just take a drive. Look, let's take a drive. And we got out in this little town called Leamington, not too far from us. It's really picturesque. It's really cute. Yeah. So they've got a gorgeous park, a beautiful like park, and they've got ducks. Anyway, he calls them ducks. Because he's like,
so cute.
Yeah, and so he said upstairs, he goes,
you need to leave where you live now.
Quickly.
You need to leave. I'm sorry.
What's wrong with a regional accent?
We love a regional accent, but you need to leave Coventry.
Yeah. When he said ducks, I was like,
I remember look at the duck, because he said it. He said, Auntie, something about the life. I said, excuse me. He said the life. I said, I don't know what's happening, but okay. And then and you know, because again, my daughter, like Josiah, imagination, Ellie's on the other end in terms of very literal. Like the word is life, Josiah. It's life. And I'm like,
wow, you need to be probably now.
Let's stop that.
It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem.
Mummy.
I heard it the other day when I was talking to him on the phone. I was like, "Oh, leave! Come on,
leave
now! Leave him with mum. Leave him. Go back to life."
They don't have an African accent.
He says poorly. He goes, "I feel poorly," or "Mummy, you made me so cross. I'm going upstairs." I don't know what you said. Go away.
All right, bye, babes.
I love it. Holiday tradition. So, even with COVID, is there anything that you're not doing that you would have done?
I think the number of people, I think because Christmas is kind of revolving doors in our household, it's always been in our family. Like, you know, you have Christmas Day together, evening people will come, and then Boxing Day, and then you're out. And I think the movement of seeing all your family is going to be quite hard, because I just think we just have, you know, us, we love to have a good time. And that's what I'm going to miss definitely this year, being able to just see everyone. Like, because Christmas is often the time when, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in ages, but don't worry. The house parties, the drink ups.
I think that's the kind of the kind of like not the pub crawl, but the house crawl, just going from house to house, right? Yeah. That's gonna be nice. My mom sent me a package, so we've got, so you know, God love her. So a tin of roses, tin of celebrations, a tin of family circle are just staples. So even with COVID, she's managed to come through with our staple three pieces of, you know, confectionery. And the kids are getting the calendars. So the advent calendars, they're more now. Like when I first moved to the States, I really found them hard to find. Now I see them more everywhere. But I think even now, the fact that even I still get an advent calendar at my grown age from Maureen, I love it to death. So I think I'm going to be an old woman and still want an advent calendar. I think COVID has not prevented any of those. So I think for most part, apart from the visiting, I don't think too much has changed. I think we're going to try and keep most things the same. I feel like once the Christmas music goes on, it'll be on rotation on Alexa. 24/7.
Sing-alongs happening, karaoke we know we're doing.
Yeah,
I'm miss my karaoke. Our 3-part kind of performances.
Yeah,
you know, vocally we are basically the British equivalent of On Vogue, I'd say. Right?
Our song we always sing. Do you know which one?
Oh, you know
we could sing. Do you really think
we really can?
No, to be fair, you two can sing. You two can.
Oh, T, no, don't you can.
I can't sing.
You're okay.
No, I'm airy and breathy. I can't sing.
No, can I just say something? Do you know what's really funny? Because up until probably yesterday, you would have said, yeah, of course I can sing. So I love the fact that yesterday
I never said that I can sing. I cannot sing. Nah.
No, you've claimed it a few times.
No, I haven't.
Wait, who's ever performed and sung in public?
Yeah, but that was when I was younger, when everyone wanted to be a singer. Every black girl wanted to be a singer.
And I'm not talking about church choir. I'm talking about through choice.
You're a joker.
I was in that, you know, I used to sing at church as a background singer.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. But I feel
that was because.
Okay, no, but remember the time we always sing Shy the very first time? Was it? No.
Do you think karaoke is not tradition? You think karaoke is a Christmas tradition?
No, I'm saying. But when we get together, we always sing that song.
Maybe us singing is a thing. Maybe us singing.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think so.
Like Greece 1 song.
Hello. Do you remember in Dominican Republic? I know it's pain. Why don't we rock yourself these chains? What? Mad thing.
It's true.
And then for my wedding,
karaoke. I guess karaoke is big, but I feel like so we can go in. So we've got mics. Like we've got our karaoke mics on fleek. These have been in rotation, so we'll probably add that to the mix.
It's necessary. So many
I'll tell you one thing I miss from the UK from back in the day, like carol services, like. They don't really exist anymore. Like at least I've not come across them. And maybe they still do. But I remember, you know, going to like, you know, the COV or the cathedral, and you would have all the choir, and then they would sing really beautiful. And candle and like the whole thing, and the choir
on your knees.
That song from Home Alone to this day is one of my favorite Christmas songs.
There we go.
I miss. I don't see that anymore. I don't see that. Oh, Home Alone, watching Home Alone, hands down.
Elf as well.
Yeah, hands down. But I don't see that kind of like Christmas pageantry anymore or kind of show. So I know that won't be happening because of COVID, but I genuinely miss that. Like I remember that as a tradition, going with Maureen to go to the church and listening to the choir. I also thought that was beautiful. And they would sing that kind of song, just like in Home Alone. Love that. So yeah, miss that.
And what's that snowman? We're walking in.
Watching the snowman. That was tradition. at school. They would play it, right? You'd be in the assembly.
Oh
my God. I had to, you know what they watch now? Polar Express. That's become like the new Snowman. But the Snowman, you know what? I'm going to try that for my kids. I completely forgot about that. That was a tradition.
Yeah, Snowman is epic.
Oh,
Polar Express. What the hell's that?
Yeah, is that one with Tom Hanks? Like I'm kind of weird.
Tom Hanks voices one of the characters.
Yeah, it's a really weird CG thing. But that's kind of like their Snowman. But Snowman, and it was like no talking, and it was just singing. Oh, you know what? You just give me goosebumps. I just remembered that.
I think he was the author of the book.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh. And then you know what I haven't seen that I might try and make a tradition. I've never seen It's a Wonderful Life, and I've seen 34th Miracle.
Miracles.
I don't see.
It's so good. I personally like both.
I don't know how I missed it. Like every year, I'm just like,
Wandy, watch both. Watch the original and watch the one with Attenborough. I can't remember. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the one okay. Yeah, I feel like that could become a tradition. That could be a film. There's a couple of films that I might watch. Sound of Music was also one of those ones. It's not Christmas, but for some reason that would come on.
Isn't I'm going to be watching it this year. Like, because I feel like tell me when else in the year you can watch Sound of Music if it's not Christmas. I just don't think it makes sense.
Yeah, Sound of Music. So I feel like there's some Christmas movies that are just a must.
You mean Miracle on 34th Street?
Yeah.
But the original. I've never seen the original.
You know what? The original is really good.
Yeah. But It's a Wonderful Life. I heard is really special as well. So
it didn't do too well when it first came out. You know, it's one of those ones where later on.
It had to stew a little while. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that feels quite American, right? It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, watch it. It's good.
Yeah, I just missed it. I just missed
the original Miracle on 34th Street is good as well.
And what you talking about this one? It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
James Stewart. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we'll bring in some of those movie traditions. I think is a given. I think that will happen.
Yes. Music.
I feel like Elf has become a bit of a Christmas movie tradition.
It's just freaking hilarious. I don't know what anyone says. It's so funny.
Yeah. I think Elf is hilarious.
Yep. Okay, all right. So there's a few there that we can stick with. Cooking, you guys will be throwing down. I'm assuming.
Absolutely, cooking.
Are you guys doing turkey?
Huh?
Are you both doing turkey, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not sure because I'm vegan. So if it is a
vegan at Christmas.
No, nut roast. I heard nut roast is a vegan thing.
Are you going to stay vegan during Christmas?
Yeah. Well,
are you supposed to stop being vegan at Christmas?
Yeah. As in, like, I'm weird.
I might have a halloumi something.
Oh, I didn't realize. Sorry, no, this sounds bad, but I generally was like, me and Kev were just, because obviously I don't eat meat, I'm vegetarian. But for Christmas Day, I was like, the rules are off, surely, for one day.
Wow. Wow, you guys really came through on the vegan and the vegetarian. I've stuck with nothing this year.
No, but you look the best of us or something.
COVID-19, the 19 pounds that I put on over COVID. Don't, 19.5 pounds thanks to COVID. So it's all good. But you guys have come through. Props to you. Props to you.
Okay.
Respect. All right, should we wrap it up then?
Yeah. Sure.
Lovely. This was nice. This was a nice catch up as far as all things tradition. So again, just a little bit more insight into who we are and just kind of some of the things that we do. We need to have more of our peoples in our next show. So maybe having an intro with our kids or I think our kids would be hilarious. I know my kids would be. Even now, they're already making noise. So I think maybe the next one or one of the ones this week, we'll definitely have to intro them, giving them a few minutes on their
let's put some faces to these stories.
Yes. The joys of, and they're all at such weird, funny ages, aren't they? Right? I think Josiah's at this really cute age, and he's just started school. And honestly, Fia's entering that pre-pubescent phase, and trust me, that is coming with all kinds of joys.
Next week he's gonna be 10. Wow.
Yeah, we're talking training bras. What is a period? The whole work.
Okay, stop.
Not ready.
Yep. Good times. And you've got a boy and you've got a girl. So you've got all of this. I've got one of each. So you got all this to come.
I know, that's the thing. I'm like, with my daughter, I'm like, because I feel like I can cope having a daughter, because I feel like everything she's going to go through, I'm going to have some sort of frame of reference. TE, for you, and sorry, for you having Josiah, I'm like, tell me everything, because I have no clue about boy.
All I will say is he's obsessed with his willy right now. So I got that to do.
Boys are obsessed with their willies. That's all you need to know. And
no, see, this is what happened. So obviously, I've got Josiah and Annie with me, and so they came out the bath, and then me and Mum put them on the bed, was drying them, and both of them at the same time, I like spread eagled and decided to start slapping his willy, and I was like, I was like, and I panicked. I actually panicked. And Mum was laughing at me like, "What's wrong with you?" I was just like, "What do I do?" And then she was just like, "Just stop that."
This is a whole podcast on how to deal with
children. Have a whole conversation about his willy. So
Josiah and his penis. Josiah discovered his penis. It's a whole.
I did not. I was literally like, and I left the room and I was like, "Mum, that's you." I couldn't deal with it.
Mommy, look at my willy. Look. I'm like,
Yep. It's a thing. That's another podcast. How to teach your 4-year-old stop to play with themselves.
We'll bring them on. All right, guys.
Love to you both. Good to see you. We'll chat later. Probably chat tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Talk to you tomorrow. All right. Bye.